people get offended when they mistake the subject of a joke with the actual target.
Yeah.
And they're not necessarily the same thing. You can make jokes about any subject. It depends what the joke is.
Yeah, of
There's no rules. You can't joke about this. You can.
You should be able
You just
to.
can.
Yeah.
Okay? And there's nothing sacred.
Well, that's
really.
the point. There's nothing.
Ricky Gervais, a comedic powerhouse known for his unapologetic humor, dives into the complexities of woke culture with his signature sharp wit and fearless approach. In this exploration, Gervais takes on various aspects of the current social climate, including cancel culture, identity politics, and political correctness, turning these serious subjects into laugh-out-loud moments. He sets the stage by acknowledging the fine line comedians walk in today's world, where humor often intersects with sensitivity. From the outset, Gervais emphasizes that comedy has always thrived on pushing boundaries, and he firmly believes that laughter should never be stifled by fear of offense. He recalls early experiences in his career, where jokes were crafted to provoke thought and spark dialogue rather than simply appease. Gervais argues that the essence of comedy lies in its ability to challenge societal norms and highlight absurdities, and he remains steadfast in his commitment to this principle. As he delves deeper, Gervais addresses the phenomenon of cancel culture, shedding light on its implications for both artists and audiences. With a humorous twist, he recounts how certain comedians have faced backlash for jokes that, while intended to be humorous, were perceived as offensive. He shares anecdotes of how the online mob mentality can swiftly take down careers with a single tweet, invoking both laughter and contemplation. In typical Gervais fashion, he quips about the irony of being cancelled for jokes made in a different context, pointing out the absurdity of judging past humor by today's standards.
He's still throwing punches.
Oh, women. Not all women. I mean the old-fashioned ones. You know, the old-fashioned women. Oh, God. You know, the ones with wombs. Oh. Those fucking dinosaurs. No, I love the new women. I know the new women. They're great, aren't they? You know, the new ones we've been seeing lately. The ones with beards and cocks. They're as good as gold. I love them. No, it's the old-fashioned. And now the old-fashioned, they go like, oh, they want to use our toilets. Why shouldn't they use your toilets? For ladies. They are ladies. Look at their pronouns. What about this person isn't a lady? Well, his penis. Her penis, you fucking bigot. What if he rapes me? What if she rapes you? You fucking turf whore.
Identity politics becomes another target for Gervais's comedic lens. He navigates the delicate terrain of identity with a deftness that allows him to illuminate the ridiculousness of over-identification. Gervais humorously critiques the notion of labeling individuals solely by their identity markers, suggesting that doing so diminishes the rich tapestry of human experience. He playfully questions the need for rigid categories, encouraging his audience to embrace the fluidity of identity while laughing at the often ludicrous extremes to which identity politics can go. Throughout his comedic set, Gervais showcases his knack for observational humor, drawing from everyday life to illustrate the absurdities of political correctness. He recounts moments where common phrases have been rebranded or altered due to the fear of offending someone, highlighting the lengths people go to avoid discomfort. His comedic brilliance shines as he mimics overly cautious individuals navigating conversations, showcasing the ridiculousness of tiptoeing around every potential offense. In doing so, he invites viewers to reflect on the fine balance between sensitivity and humor. One of the standout segments of Gervais's routine is his take on the absurdity of modern-day woke terminology. He navigates the ever-changing lexicon of politically correct language with keen observation, providing examples of phrases that have evolved or emerged in the name of inclusivity. With a comedic flair, Gervais offers playful alternatives to these terms, encouraging laughter while simultaneously prompting discussions about their origins and implications. He emphasizes that language is a living entity, constantly evolving, and suggests that humor should evolve alongside it rather than become confined by it. As he approaches the topic of political correctness, Gervais reflects on how it can sometimes inhibit genuine conversations about important issues. He posits that while sensitivity is essential, it should not come at the expense of open dialogue and humor. He points out that humor can be a powerful tool for addressing uncomfortable subjects, breaking down barriers and fostering understanding. Gervais's comedic style encourages audiences to confront their own beliefs and assumptions while simultaneously providing a safe space for laughter and reflection. In a particularly memorable segment, Gervais shares a story about a misunderstanding related to a joke he made at a live event. He vividly describes the moment of confusion, where a segment of the audience reacted strongly to his humor, illustrating the unpredictability of live performance. This anecdote serves as a poignant reminder that comedy is subjective, and the same joke can elicit vastly different reactions. Gervais uses this moment to underscore the importance of context in humor, urging audiences to consider the intent behind a joke rather than simply its surface impact.
Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. So, fifth time. So, we were going to do an in memoriam this year, but when I saw the list of people that had died, it wasn't diverse enough. No. It was mostly white people. And I thought, nah, not on my watch. So, maybe next year. Let's see what happens.
Call me Bobo. So I'm going to have species realignment. I'm halfway there, to be honest. I'm sort of short with short legs and long arms. I sort of stoop like that. My back's getting hairier by the day. I've got fangs. I love nuts. Oh, I love nuts. And once I was at the zoo and I could tell people were looking at me, so I just started masturbating. So I am a chimp, right? I am a chimp if I say I'm a chimp. And so I've got to live as a chimp for a year, then have hormones, get me all nice and hairy. That'd be lovely, right? I'm going to stay a male chimp, so I can keep all that, right? A male heterosexual chimp, keep the same girlfriend. Jane will be happy. She loves me. She loves chimps, so, you know. And I reckon that's got to be easier for a man to turn into a chimp. We're so close. Than for a man to turn into a woman in many ways. You know what I mean? A bit of hair and a top lip like that, as opposed to your cock and balls ripped off and a hole gouged out into... No, I'm not a doctor, but that is the gist of it. I know which one I'd rather have done. And I'm not saying I think chimps are better than women. No way. Right? Any ladies here, right? I can't see you, but to me, every single one of you is equal to a chimp. So